2, 3, 4. Ho, ho, ho! 4 of them. 4 flukes. Beauties. Good morning. We're actually back out on the beach. You can't see that because it's dark. You might be able to see a little green light back there. That's my rod. Red light, that's Gordon's rod. Yep. The boys are back out on the beach doing a bit of fishing. I thought I'd do the intro just so that you knew we got here in the dark. The plan is the usual thing. We're targeting the flatfish and things because we're on a beach. I'll bring you back a little bit later on when it's daylight, because I've got a few things to talk to you about this time. I've got a new rig that I've made up, so we'll talk about that. The rig that's on at the minute is just a very basic, straightforward, something you can set up in the dark. But the other one's a little bit more complicated, so I'm waiting till daylight to try that. Let's hope we get some nice flounder, maybe some plaice, maybe a turbot. Who knows what we're going to get. The main thing is we're out here. It's the crack of dawn. It's not even light yet, and we're already enjoying it. I've got a camera somewhere over there in the dark doing a time lapse, so you'll be able to see little head torches going backwards and forwards, but we'll show you that as well. Okay, I'll catch you later. Right, so been out about 15 minutes. My rod tip was nodding. And we got a fishy.
Well done.
Well, we'll get this one unhooked. That's the first one of the session.
Oh, he's a beauty.
He's not bad at all, is he?
Right.
That's it. That's it. Got him.
Yeah, brother.
So, absolute beauty. That's a lovely one, and nice and thick. Let's get this back.
Weird water again.
Super water, isn't it? Yeah. And away. Look at him, just hiding down there.
He's burying himself.
Yeah, he's buried. Great to be off the blank. Yeah, I get that first nice chunky flounder. Good weight to it, nice and thick. It swam back, buried itself in the sand as it went, which is really good. Just using the disgorger tool on it just to turn that hook. Now the rig that I caught it on is the one that I had circle hooks on last week, and I've just taken the snoods off, retied it and put the Aberdeens on, size 2 I think they are. It's just a very standard rig. It's easy to put the mackerel bait on in the dark and things. My other rig that I'm going to talk to you about in a bit is a little bit more difficult to set up, so I need some daylight for that. But we'll show you, we'll let you know what it is. We've got the sun coming up over here. I've moved the time-lapse camera to over there because it was too close to the water's edge here, and I thought I might just forget it or something, you know. Ah, it's brilliant. You can just hear little birds twittering away behind us. Fantastic. So it's now mid-November. It feels quite mild, but it does in this jacket anyway. It said it was about 2 degrees on the car as I was driving down here, but it's now I'm here and on the beach, it's probably about 7 or 8, something like that. It's not that cold. Well, it's not cold when you're catching fish, is it? Because you get the adrenaline going. So, yeah. So hopefully that's not the only fish we catch today. Let's see. I'll bring you back in a bit. This one's been in a little while, so I'm just going to freshen up the bait. Get plenty of smell out there, I think. Some folks going off to work in the helicopter there. Not sure if the camera's going to pick it up, but there's a lovely sunrise. No, nothing on that cast. A couple of people mentioned the line on here. As you can see, I have topped it up, but with it being a cheap reel, the line lie is pretty poor. So it's as close as you dare get it to this bit, but it's still a little bit less on this end. That's just having a poor reel really, but they get a hard life on the beach, getting salt water and sand in them. So this one's on its 4th season, still working okay, but I prefer to just use these, to be honest with you, for this sort of fishing. I'm going to get some fresh bait on so we get some nice smelling mackerel in, bang it out again. It's starting to get light, so I'm going to get the second rod rigged up and have a play with that. More hooks in the water, more chance of a fish. I mentioned that I'd got a new rig, and regular viewers of the channel will know that I like doing some coarse fishing. There are some coarse fishing videos on the channel, but they're nowhere near as popular as the sea fishing ones. But I like coarse fishing, and in a way that's my roots. That's where I came from. That's where I first started fishing. And a lot of the things that folks do in coarse fishing are thinking about how you attract a fish with feeders. So if you were fishing a river, you'd have like a cage feeder, stuff it with some bait and ground bait and things, and then off that you'd have your hook length and the hook bait, and that's just to attract the fish in. Now Gordon's been doing something very similar with the feeder kind of rigs that he had last week, and that got me thinking, what could I do? I've got a little old shampoo bottle here, and I've threaded it on the line. I've punched some holes in it with a hot soldering iron, and I've just put some mackerel in there, and just as a little bit of added attractant, I've got some of this stinky mackerel oil, quite potent. I'll be squirting a bit of this into here, and then we'll get the oil coming out and attracting the flatfish, hopefully. I've also tied this rig up with a little bit of bling, if you like. There's a little swiveler here that goes around, and the beads. It's on the standard Aberdeen hooks, and I've just got a few bits of mackerel on there. So that's my new rig. It's a little bit coarse fishing inspired, and there's another one that I'll talk to you about today as well. I'm going to change the other rig up in a bit. So we're going to try this one out. We've got fresh bait on. It's salted mackerel. Going to put some of this oil on, cast it out, see how we get on. So this rod had a bit of a nod earlier on. That's it. Got tangled in my own line there. So yeah, had a bit of a nod earlier on, so we'll just fetch it in. Can always freshen the bait up. Yep, got a fluke. The camera's already on. So here we come. This is on the shampoo bottle rig.
Oh, look at that, the shampoo. What are you doing? Hey, look at that.
So as you can see there, that's the shampoo bottle acting as a bit of an attractant, and there we are. Not quite as big as the other one. Another flounder though, isn't it? Lovely job. Let's get this one unhooked. Super little flounder. I love the markings on the fins there. Gorgeous. Let's give it a kiss and get it back. Now the next rig is also coarse fishing inspired. On the last video in Cullen Bay, I'd said that I was questioning whether I should be using circle hooks because they're very, very hard to turn once you got them in a fish's, you know, deeply hooked fish. I think it was a guy called Untouched Fishing. He said, look, usually with a circle hook, you fish the bait behind the hook or below the hook on the rig. And I thought, yeah, that's really interesting because people like Billy Fishing. I mean, if you watch YouTube channels of fishing, you may have heard of Billy Fishing. He uses like a dongle, calls it a dongle or something, where it's a little piece of, gonna have to move my box, hang on. Oh, that's soaking wet. Could just see the wave coming and I just couldn't shift in time. So fortunately the camera bag's in a plastic carrier bag here, so hopefully that's dry. Too busy talking to the camera. Where was I? Billy Fishing. He uses these dongle things. I think it's called the dongle rig. And he has a length of braid and some tubing behind the hook. So where are we coming from on this? Well, I thought that would be quite interesting to try and use on one of my rigs. Let's see if I can unhook one for you to see. So I mentioned the idea of a hair rig, and what I've done is tied the length on the snood with a knotless knot, and on the end of that I've put a little bit of rig tubing and a couple of beads, and I'm going to, with bait elastic, put my bait on here so that I'm now fishing the bait below the hook, and I've still got my little floats on to float it a bit higher. So this is really a bit of a hybrid between a hair rig and, let's say, a mini dongle rig. So that's what I plan to use. It might be a bit fiddly, it might be a bit too much of a faff, and that's really why I've left this one until daylight so I can see what I'm doing. But that would be my plan. I'm going to put this one on, I'm going to lash a bit of mackerel to here, maybe a bit of squid, and just see how we get on with that. It may be too much faff, but the mini dongle, you've seen it here first, I think. I've never seen anyone use anything as crazy as this before. So I'm going to get that set up on the rod that has been catching. That's just on the standard pop-ups, and we'll see how we get on with that. So that's two new kind of innovations that I've been making. I think Gordon in his shed has been rubbing off on me a little bit there, and I've been in my garage thinking, oh, I wonder what else I could do. And that's all part of it. It's a rather complicated little rig, so it's all on a piece of foam tubing here to keep it from tangling, because sometimes they can be an absolute nightmare if you just wrap them up around your fingers, put a tie tag on them. So, going to give that a try. Just need to check my camera bag. I hope it's dry. I didn't see that wave coming up. So I'm bringing this second rod in now. This one's been out a little while. So just doing the usual, wind it in slow. My gripper lead's still gripping. It's either that or I've got 4 fish on. Definitely feeling quite heavy, but I don't know. So far we've had a couple of flounder each. It's just really nice. Absolutely stunning little bay here. We just got the sun coming out a bit. Beautiful. Oh! 2, 3, 4. Ho, ho, ho! Four of them, 4 flukes, beauties. Let's get them unhooked. Oh yes. Sorry, I'll be shouting at that microphone again. I'll get those unhooked and we'll get them back. So, 4 flounders. That one's really nice. That's an average size. That's a big one, average size, and just 2 below average, I think. Here we go. Let's get them all back. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at them go. Beautiful. Oh yeah. So pleased with that. Brilliant. Nice. And they were on the black lug, frozen black lug that I'd got. So yeah, perfect.
That's him on. His here's the longest.
Oh, really pleased with that. I think that's the first time I've had 4 flounders on the one. Well, I've got 4 hooks and it's the first time I've had a flounder on every hook. So first time I've had 4 flounders as well. So excited I can't get my words out. Yeah, nice, good size. That tool, where is it? And that tool that Gordon made me for disgorging, getting the hooks turned around and everything, works a treat, works an absolute treat. So all of those were quite deep hooked on the Aberdeen hooks. Every hook was turned, every fish went back really strong. So super pleased with that. Yeah. So that's the, if you like, the bog standard rig with just the little floats on. Baited up with frozen black lugworm. And I'm tempted, well, I'm going to keep that on now. I'm not going to use the new hair rig and mini dongles just yet. Both the rigs that are in there are working really well. So I'm going to try the other rig next time I come out, I think. So you've seen it, but we'll actually fish with it next time. So Gordon's just a little bit further up the beach here. He's also doing well. He's been getting some flounders too. So we're both having a great time. Just look at that behind us. Beautiful. This really is a super little beach. Yeah. I'll show you around. Got the headland over here. I'm here, my rods. Gordon's just a bit further down the beach. Beautiful. Absolutely fantastic. That's the rods out. We're now about 8 o'clock, so it's light. I think we've got a bite on this rod. Maybe the coarse fishermen should have let it develop a bit, but we definitely had a bit of a nod on there. We get it rebaited and get it out again. Time for coffee. Always time for coffee. What a day! What a day! There's a porpoise just going across the bay here. There's no point spinning around because the GoPro, it'd just be minute in the distance, so take my word from it, it's a porpoise. It's just gone right away across the bay. Beautiful to see. I was talking to Gordon and he says the porpoise tend to be on their own and dolphins tend to be in a pod. It's quite a bit of warmth in that sun. So yeah, I mentioned about the reels. They're not brilliant, but after a couple of comments, one was James and somebody else mentioned it on the other flounder video that you need to get some more line on your reels. So I stripped off the line and I put a load of insulating tape and just built up the spool a bit and reversed the line. So put the line on the opposite way round. I've got as much on as I can, given the fact that the line layer, the reel, is not perfectly flat. I think you have to pay a bit more than about 30 quid for a reel to do that really, but they're okay. They do the job. Right, another flounder. Super. Here we go. Another great one, just unhooked. We'll get this one back. Oh, that's me cast out again. Just put some more of this holy mackerel stuff in my feeder. That last flounder was a real pull down bite. I thought I got something different. Yeah, definitely thought I got something different. As the rod really went down. All baited up, all back in the water. Let's carry on fishing. So I've got a very, very special sandwich today. This is homemade sourdough, homemade cottage cheese, and homegrown greens on there. 100% homegrown. Thank you, Mrs. Another Angle UK. Perfect. Magic. Thanks. Last weekend we had some quite strong winds and it whipped everything up. There's lots of waves and stuff, but by Wednesday it's flattened out. So I've booked to go out on Gordon's boat on Friday. So I hope the weather stays like this and we get some good drifts and see what we can pick up. I'm pretty sure I've got a bite on that left-hand rod again. That's the one with the feeder. It's really calm out there. I don't think it's the waves playing with things. I'm just going to let that develop a little bit. Let's see how we go. This rod again has been bouncing away. And it's another lovely flounder. I'm having a cracking day. Another perfect one. Let's have him back. I'll take you down there. Don't know if you got sprayed, but I did. That one was on its way really quick. Now I've not seen any action on this rod, but I just thought I'm going to wind it in. It's been out for about 30 minutes. Just make sure that there's still some bait on all the hooks. Freshen things up and pop it back out again. There's another flounder. Come on, sit still. Once more, we'll get it unhooked and get it back. Beauty. They're lovely fish. Look at the markings. Beautiful. Nice as that. Let's get it back. That's another one safely back. Yeah, somebody asked and said, do you never keep any of your fish? Well, the answer is yeah, I do. I do keep some fish. I don't tend to keep like the flounders because I prefer a round fish where you can get a nice big fillet off it. And I also want a big fish so you get a big fillet off it, but not too big a fish, you know, a bit picky and choosy. But I would say about 99% of the stuff I catch does actually go back alive. I just love fish and I love fishing, so it's great to see them returned and swim off really nicely. Whilst I'm waiting for the other rods to start nodding, I've got my spin rod out and just this little spin. So I just thought I'd have a quick cast around and see if there's anything here that wants to take it. Oop, mind me wellies. The rod I'm using is that old Akuma G-Force. Used to be 8 foot, but it's now about 7'6" because I broke the top off it. But you never know, it could be something around. We're around about an hour before high water. So what I need to do is make sure that I don't actually hook into my own lines over there. So I'll have to mind what I'm doing when I fan the casts around a bit. In my box I've just got these like metals. Oop. And I've changed them over so they've just got a single hook on them. I'm not a fan of the trebles. That's a lot easier to get out of a fish, and it's just as good a hookup, I think. There might be some coley out there that might take it. It's quite a big lure. It's quite a big lure. Well, nothing playing at the minute. I'm going to rind those rods in because they've been in a while, so we need to freshen the baits up. So we'll go and concentrate on the bait rods, and then we may have another flick around later. Now, because I've been flicking the spin rod round, I've not seen any bites at all on these. It's just a matter of bring them in, freshen them up, put them back out again. I'm going to have some coffee and I'll keep my eye on these, and then I might have another go with the spin rod. First one to bring in is the mackerel with the feeder on it, and then we'll check the black lug. Another very nice flounder. Super. Oh my, yeah, this is a big one. Yeah, lovely big fish. Definitely a flounder. This one is $38 centimeters. Really nice weighty fish. Let's film this one going back. Just straight off. You think it'd pose for the camera on the way off, but it doesn't. Just shoots off. Lovely. Yeah, so that's a nice fish, 38 centimeters. I'm sure folks get them bigger everywhere, but that's a nice one, 38 centimeters. So I think at 38 centimeters, that's probably a PB for me, to be honest. And it's a good heavy fish. They've certainly increased in size. When I was first doing the videos about flounders, and I fished a couple of times at Scottstown, I went down to Balmeedy, and they were all much smaller fish. So yeah, improving. It's just a good sign. It's good. We're into double figures as to catches today, which is always nice. Gordon, he's just across the way there, and I think he'll probably have a similar figure, even though he has got about twice as many hooks out. I'm going to have a chat with him. So flounder, and
Turbot. Feel his back.
Oh yeah, it has got lumps.
Feel the lumps.
Yeah.
Turbot.
The mackerel rod with the feeder had one fish. Let's see what the lug is about doing. Can't remember if I just chucked the lug rod out or how long it's been out. Plenty of lug on it, so I think it can go back out. I'll just check them. As you can probably see here, the tide is on its way back out again. We're about an hour after high water. It's very shallow as well. This rod has got the frozen, well, it was frozen, black lug on it.
Stonehaven, West?
Yeah,
Stonehaven.
from Richard at Stonehaven. They've done well today. Can't feel anything. No, not complaining at all. Wow, what a day. What a day. I had some great fish. But so we'll give it a bit more, see if we can catch some more, and we'll let you know how we get on. I don't know if you can see this, but the left-hand rod has definitely got a bite on it. That's the braid rod. Currently fishing black lug, and it's got my feeder with the mackerel juice in. I can stand here for hours and it won't nod. Just giving it a little bit now. There you go, there you go. I'm just going to let that develop a little bit, because it could be that there's more than one fish there. Been getting quite a lot of rattles on this one. Yes, another flounder, and another good sized one as well. Really good. I can hear Gordon cheering away over there. Lovely fish again. Really perfect. That one went to the on the black lug. So it's amazing, isn't it? We just had that lull over about an hour before high water and an hour after, and now another fish. Another one not waiting for its photo taken. Well, fantastic. Gordon has just reeled in a small brill, and we're pretty sure it's a brill because it doesn't have any lumps on its back. If it had lumps on its back, we think it'd be a turbot. That's what the main man says anyway. But a fantastic little fish. I haven't got any footage of it, I don't think, but Gordon will have some on his channel because I've been filming him. Brill. I've never seen one caught before. I've seen them on the fishmonger's slab, but never seen them. Fantastic little fish. I am made up for him. It really is. It's brilliant, that. A brill. Now, these rods nodded earlier on. As you can see, the tide's gone back very quickly. I'll probably be fishing in fresh air in a minute. So I'm going to wind these in and we'll see if we've got anything. Why don't you come with me? Let's just move the camera down the beach a bit. You never know, there might be some fish action. Oh, I've got the other line there. There you go. You stand there for a minute. Nothing on that one. Bottom hook's had its worm taken. I'll pop this back on the rod rest and we'll fetch the other one in. Here's the other rod. I'm so pleased for Gordon to get a brill. And I've got another flounder, and a nice one too. There's a beauty in the sunlight there. Brilliant. The sun is just going down over the top there. Fantastic. Oh, what a day. What a day. Off it goes. Wow. Get some more bait on, get them back out again. Probably give it another hour or so, something like that. Right, we're back out in business again. Just ran over to Gordon because he's managed to catch a turbot this time. So he's had flounder, one turbot and one brill today, which is absolutely amazing. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So I'm casting out. There's always a chance that I can get one as well. I really love a turbot or a brill. Never caught a brill. We're out. I'm on the black lug. I think he's catching on. I think he's on mackerel. I've used all my mackerel up, so I'll go and nick some mackerel in a minute. But we just fish out this lug. The right hand rod's been jumping around, so I'm going to fetch that in. I'm dying to see if it could be a brill or a turbot. What do you reckon?
It's a bunny in again. Look, it's as you're good. Look, Coley.
Coley.
Oh, dear, another species.
Another species and another nice flounder. I was hoping a brill or a turbot, but I'm not disappointed with that.
Keep trying.
Yeah. The other rod's out. Look at that.
The beauty.
Just hooked in the mouth. Look at the thickness of that.
Some beautiful fish.
Aren't they lovely? Yeah. Get this one back and then I'll sort that little one out.
Look at that. Now, hold it close to the camera, make it look bigger.
Oh, look at that. I can barely lift the weight of that. Give me a kiss. Whoop. He's a lively one. And get him back. Underway.
That's what I got my turbot doing. So I'll give you some.
We'll put some on here. Well, as you can probably see, the light's falling now. Just got a bit of light opposite. I'm going to pull this one in and see if there's anything there. It's a bit last chance saloon for getting a brill or a turbot, but I've had some absolutely fantastic flounder. I am more than made up with them, really am. Brilliant day's fishing, a lot of flounder, a lot of good sizes. Let's get this one in because I've seen it nod a couple of times. Gonna bring you down a beach with me. So we started fishing about 6 o'clock-ish this morning. We're now around to getting on for 3 o'clock. So it's been a great session, great session. Possibly there's something there. Yeah, we've got a fish. Oh, we did. It's jumped off. Oh, how disappointing. I saw it flapping in the water and it's come off. Oh well. Well, what a day. What a day.
Yes, it's been perfect.
So it was an early start. We started in the dark and the light is falling now. We've had some absolutely fantastic flounders. Had 4 at one point.
Have you ever fished this bit before?
No, I've never fished here before.
Either have I.
This is a new mark for me. So new mark, new rig equals success. I reckon that's for me.
You want the perfume?
The perfume, shampoo thing, yeah.
It's shampoo.
Yeah.
So
now, also, this...
If you're ever booked into a hotel, remember all wee shampoo bottles?
Yep.
And drill holes in them.
That's the way.
It
works. So the other thing is your brill and your turbots. Turbots plural.
Fit, can I see? Again, just a big surprise. Now, really chuffed. Small, but
yeah, lovely.
Big to me.
Big to you.
Big to me. Really happy with him.
I'm fishing just a little bit further down the beach, and I can hear him cheering away. He's getting the turbot and the brill, and I was thinking, oh, I'll get one. I really want one, but I'm really pleased you got them.
Oh, same.
My brill and my turbot are just waiting for me out there.
Yep.
I'm going to come back from. Yeah.
Right.
So we'll get them.
You were sticking up Flounders 4 at a time.
Aye. I was.
Gee, was that with the perfume?
That was with the black lug. With the black lug, and it was on the
pop-ups.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we've had some good time.
And
I've done about 50-50 between the black lug and the mackerel.
Oh, yeah.
So there's no real winner today.
Great.
Another escapade that we've really enjoyed.
What's the sun going doing? Look at the back of it's disappeared now.
Yeah.
There was a bit of sun at the back, yeah.
Until the next time, which is hopefully, fingers crossed, going to be Friday, because I've booked to come out in your boat.
Well, I hope so, if weather permitting, because it's not looking good this weekend, but fingers crossed.
Well, it's the skipper's call, whatever happens. From me, tight lines from me.
And take care of you, and I'll catch you after, for me.
Lovely job, bye.
Great.
Beautiful sky, beautiful evening. What a wonderful way to end a lovely day. Fishing on that beach. Flounder, brill, turbot, small coley. Fantastic.